Hey everybody, welcome back. So it's time for Lynn's second chapter, Sword of Spirits. This is where Lynn gets her killer weapon, and it's pretty killer. It's good throughout the rest of the game, and so this is like her special weapon. Every Lord class, Lynn is a Lord. Every Lord class in all the Fire Emblem games, they all have special weapons for them, for each of them, and so Lynn's is, well, you'll find out. So she's gonna pray before she heads off for good luck. So Elamine, Saint Elamine, is a very important person as far as religion goes, but it looks like there's an attack. And you can guess where this is heading. So, the Manicotti, which sounds disturbingly similar to a pasta dish, an Italian pasta dish. What good's a sword if you don't use it? So it's kind of like a religious blade, I guess. It's a little ironic that this is the sword that Lynn gets, and she uses it to kill people. It's a little bit extreme, but go ahead and do what you want. You won't be living for long. No, they're going to steal our lunch? Not the Manicotti. This chapter is kind of... the moral that it teaches, it doesn't make sense to me. Because it's just... oh, Lynn's telling us that we're going to visit some houses. So we're going to do that. But anyway, so this chapter's moral... the moral of this chapter... it doesn't make any sense that Lynn gets a sword. Even though she's just trying to do something correct, the sword is... the sword is sacred, and so it doesn't make sense that she would just take it, even if it... well, you'll see how it works. So this one's teaching you that you can break walls, and so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so Sane's next. So mountains are, for some units like Cavaliers, like Kent and Sane, you can't cross them. But Lyn can cross them, and that's what I'll do. I'll send Lyn down to kill the other enemies. Alright, so it's more than just cavalry, it's mounted units. Mounted units can move again after they've... unless they've attacked. I recommend stopping by? Who's I? Is the game designer trying to tell me something? So, anyway, we'll have Kent visit. Yeah, the Manicotti. Yeah, it sounds like a convenient plot device. So we're going to send Kent this way. We're not going to send him this way, because going through the forest takes 3 spaces up. It takes 3 move with the Cavalier, so we'll send him this way. Ah yes, fortresses. Yeah, so fortresses, they'll heal you slightly. It's kind of like the throne, or like in the previous, the prologue, Bat of the Beast was standing on the capture point, the seize point, and he recovers, I think it's like 15% of his health or 20% of his health every turn. And so fortresses do the same thing. Alright, so from now on this is not scripted, so we're going to... we're going to have Sane occupy... Is he fast enough to double? I don't know. He's not, so we'll throw Sane on the fort. So this will give him a lot of evasion. That's that's what we want. So we're gonna do some forest hopping here. Just put it in here. Doesn't really matter which one. So we'll just have Kent handle this brigand. Or actually, we'll have Kent... Okay, let's see here. Yes. Alright, so this one they don't tell you. Oh, never mind, I guess they do. That's too easy. You should be able to figure it out yourself. But yeah, Glass is a big pushover. Let's take a look at him. So let me describe the stats. So strength is how much damage you do. Skill is how accurate your attacks are. So the calculation for it, so Iron Sword has 90% hit chance as a base. And actually, I'll use one of the other units. It's better. I'll use Sane. So Sane's very strong. He doesn't have as much skill though, but so as you can tell, the hit percentage is 102. So the way to calculate it is you take the Iron Sword, which has a base hit of 90, and then you multiply the skill number by 2 to get an extra percentage, so that's 10%. So he has 100% chance. There's 10 plus 90. And then you add on half of the luck, which in this case is 2. So you add that. So that's 90 plus 10 plus 2, which is 102% hit. Also, weapon levels. If you have an S rank in a weapon, you automatically gain an extra 1 power and an extra 5% hit. And I believe you also gain 5% critical chance. So, skill also determines critical. So as you can see down here, here's the critical chance. So that's the percentage chance that you'll launch an attack that deals triple damage. So the chance is always half of your skill. it rounded down. So in this case, it would be 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5, but rounded down, which is 2. So Sane's critical chance is only 2. So speed is useful in terms of dodging attacks. It increases your avoid, and it also increases how often you can attack during battle. So Sane has 7 speed. As you can see down here, he has 38 avoid. So he's standing on a fort, which gives him 20% avoid. So if you subtract 20, you get 18. So he has 7 speed. So in order to get avoid, you multiply speed by 2. So 7 times 2 is 14%. Then you add on the luck. So he has 7 times 2, 14, plus 4 luck, which is 18. That gives him 18. Add on the 20% from the fort, and that gives you 38. So that's how to calculate avoid. So in terms of striking twice, so you'll notice that Lin is able to strike twice against these bandits. Let me show the advanced combat window, and this will make a lot more sense. So here you can see this gives you a lot more details. I don't really like using this, but you'll notice that there at the very bottom, so there's HP, attack, defense, hit, critical percent, but there's also something called AS, and that's basically attack speed. So attack speed is determined by the weapon weight. So Lin's weapon weighs 5, and you subtract attack speed if the weapon is heavier than the constitution. So Lin's constitution is 5. The iron sword weighs 5. So in this case, Lin doesn't lose any attack speed. Attack speed is calculated by speed minus the difference between weapon weight and unit constitution. So in this case, it would be 10 minus 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5 is 0, so that her attack speed is 10. So if I was to go on here, so her attack speed is 10. Now, if your attack speed is 4 or higher than so the difference between your attack speed and the enemy's attack speed is 4 or more, you will either launch 2 attacks at once, or you'll be able to strike twice, or the enemy will be able to strike twice. So in Lin's case, she's able to strike twice. So let me turn off the advanced one. I like seeing the ×2 flashing there. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But anyway, we're going to have Kent bear the brunt of these attacks here. He needs to level up. So Lin's about to level up. Sane's got a ways to go. So let's let Sane get the kill here. You'll notice that I'm moving around a lot in forests. Let's move Lin closer. So Kent is relatively protected. Avoid is probably one of the most important features in this game. Alright, Kent leveled up. Excellent. Strength, skill, speed. So he should now be able to double. Yes, so he can now double these. And we'll have Lin... we'll have Lin attack. She should be relative. Actually, we can finish these all off in one round. So let's have Sane. Let's see what I can do here. I'll have Lin deal some damage. So she's quick, and she's not going to get hit as often. So I'll give Kent the finishing blow. And I'll turn off the animations soon. But I want to show the animation for lances. So you'll get to see that. So Cavaliers are like the jack of all trades. They can move a lot of spaces. They can move again after they go. That's not a very good level up. But they can use 2 different kinds of weapons. And that's really nice. So we'll send Lin across the mountain. You'll notice moving across a mountain as a foot unit on foot costs 3 movement. So Lin is unable to move. Lin can only move 5 spaces to begin with. So she can't. To move to here would cost 6, so she can't do that. So for now, we'll slowly move through, and she'll be able to reach this forest next. So now, let's see. I'm going to demonstrate something here. So you'll notice that Kent has a D in his sword weapon level, but only an E in spear weapon level. So we're going to increase his weapon level with spear, with lance, by attacking a wall. So now you'll notice that it went up a tiny bit. So we'll just keep saying right here. Waiting. Now, we put Lynn. So, let's see here. Lynn can't go in the forest? Okay, I guess not. We'll just leave it right here. So we'll just keep wailing on this wall. So now I'm going to demonstrate. So first I put Lynn in attack range. So now she can be attacked. So now I'm going to demonstrate something that most beginning users of beginning players of Fire Emblem won't necessarily know. So you'll notice that I attacked with Kent, which means he's unable to move again to finish the rest of his turn. And now you'll see that this brigand is going to attack him. And the brigand has an axe. And axes are super effective against lances. But what I can do is, so right now Sane is level 3, Kent's level 2. I want Kent to get some more experience. So I want him to fight. The problem is, he has a lance equipped. Well, you can trade with a unit their own weapons. So I can give Kent his own sword during a trade. So now, Kent has a sword equipped. Now, he probably wouldn't have been able to dodge that attack if he didn't have a sword. So that's one thing you can do to change someone's equipped weapon, even if they've already moved. Very handy. Alright, so Lynn leveled up again. So Lynn's very fast and very accurate, so she'll get a lot of skill and speed. Alright, so we'll finish this guy off. And we'll have Kent finish this guy off. I haven't even been hit this chapter, that's great. So now the only thing left is Glass. This guy is a total pushover. He's nothing special. And you'll notice that he has a green item. So he has a vulnerary, but it's flashing green. Flashing green items get dropped by the enemy when you kill them. So let's throw Sane over here. Ooh, he's gonna kill him. So I'll just put Sane here and leave him there. Glass is aggressive. Who do you think you are? What chance do you think you have against me? Pretty good one. And there's over half his health, so he's not looking too good. So we gotta get Lynn moving, so let's move her up. She's gotta seize that area. So now we'll let Kent get the finishing blow. I like to have my units relatively well-rounded. So let's finish this guy off. Alright, he's dead. Excellent. More skill and speed. Yeah, so the tutorial explains it. So each unit can only have 5 items. That includes healing items, it includes equipable items, it includes weapons. It includes anything. Now later on in Hector's story, we're going to get a merchant, and we'll be able, if we get too many items, if we get 6 items, usually you have to discard items. But if you get the merchant, you're able to send items to the merchant. That way you don't lose them if you go over the limit. So that's that. So now I'll just send Lynn straight up, and that is that. So there's chapter 2. Come, little girl, put your hands on this plot device. It means you're haunted. Woo! No. No, not the Manicotti. I like how he just knows that it's hers, and not that it's something else. Now, the priest says that he never dared that he would hope to meet the proper wielder of the Manicotti, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you think that would be a big deal, but they just completely forget about it after this chapter. It's an excuse for her to get her perfect weapon, PRF. It's her special weapon. Got the Manicotti. So it's a pretty strong sword. It has 8 power as opposed to the Iron Sword, which has 5. It only has 80 accuracy instead of 90, but it also gives her a 20% critical chance boost, which is probably the best part of this weapon. It's just that awesome. And the best part is, you can use it up completely in Lynn's story, and then once you get Lynn back in Hector's story, it's back, and it has full usage again. So don't hold back on using this just because it's a special sword. Use it as much as you want. Use it to level her up, use it to kill everything you can, because it's a really good weapon. You know, why deny the usefulness of something? Especially if it's going to be repaired automatically. So, just my 2 cents on it. And that's the end of chapter 2. Or so we think. Meanwhile, in Castle Kalen, so that's Lundgren on the left. He's the evil guy. So he's using poison. Soon it will be mine! So that's the end of chapter 2. So stay tuned for chapter 3. We'll meet Pegasus Knight and an archer.